Hello and welcome back to DXB Today's weekly roundup, where we bring you the best moments of the week. One of those moments took Maitha behind the scenes of a feel-good theater production, Once Upon a Time in Dubai.
Tonight, we're going behind the scenes to a truly groundbreaking production. Once Upon a Time in Dubai is the first musical production originally created right here in the GCC. And we're about to find out how this ambitious show brings the story of Dubai to life right here on stage. Let's go check it out.
So I came to Dubai 2 years ago and I fell in love with Dubai and with the UAE. And I said to myself, what can I bring to this country and to this city that we love, but it has so many things already. If I was a builder, maybe I would have built a tower, but I'm not. So I said to myself, maybe I can bring something artistic like the first musical in history, Once Upon a Time in Dubai. So the story of Once Upon a Time in Dubai is the story of people moving to Dubai to accomplish their dreams. So this is my story, this is your story, this is the story of so many people coming to Dubai, to this heaven on earth, to accomplish who they really are, to accomplish their dreams. It's a land of opportunity, and that's what it's all about, Once Upon a Time in Dubai. Those characters are all representing the demographics of Dubai. So you have people from everywhere, from Lebanon, from India, from Great Britain. Everyone has a different story, and most importantly, anyone can relate to one or the other character. So we teamed up with Universal Music MENA, the #1 major anywhere in the world, and they said, okay, we're co-producing with you, but we want a team of the great, so you have to find the best talents on earth. And we picked in Europe, in America, in Asia, in Africa, the best talents we could find as director, executive producer, and now there are more than 200 people working on the show. It's really important for us that every kid from Dubai can relate and identify to a certain character. So the project and the story of Once Upon a Time in Dubai carry the same message, that is, in Dubai, if you have a dream, then you can make it. If you have something in your heart and in your mind and you're dedicated to it, you can make it. Everything is possible. I see it as the Mayflower 2025 is the land of opportunity. And if I made Once Upon a Time in Dubai, then anyone can create any project in Dubai. So that's just amazing.
I'm working since a long time on the musical around the world, and I'm doing a lot of TV show for Arabic country with NBC. And this is the first time I could mix my love for the musical and my artistic direction with the TV here. My first thing is to read the book, because the first thing, if you have the good book, you will add a good musical. And after I listen a lot of time the music and some image appear, I'm doing a mood board. After this mood board, I'm putting my ears and I'm starting to dance and to see which kind of movement I could create. And after I'm writing the backstory of each character to know why they want to live now in Dubai. And finally, when Stefan did the casting, everything makes sense, and I could see all the image appear. Every time I'm trying to find a new Sather, a new vision, and create really a dream on stage. I'm pretty sure the show will grow, because now we understand how we should create here, how we should work in Dubai. And I'm pretty sure we can do and create a beautiful musical as we can find in UK and New York. I think maybe the next step will be in Dubai. Everyone wants to see the musical created in Dubai. So for me, it's a musical because each person on stage act, dance and sing.
With its powerful story, talented cast, and a bold creative vision behind it, Once Upon a Time in Dubai is set to make history on the regional theater scene, showcasing that Dubai continues to inspire the art and cultural scene right here in the GCC.
Now that looked fantastic. Make sure you don't miss it. Switching gears from the stage to the page, Ahlam Bolooki was in the studio to share highlights of this year's Emirates LitFest and what's in store.
We've got a huge edition this year, over 200 sessions. One of the biggest programs we've ever had, truly diverse. There's something for everyone, like there always is, but many exciting names. We're also celebrating some really key milestones of literature from the Arab world. We're celebrating the 20-year anniversary of the SIKKA Banipal Translation Prize, for example, which has contributed a huge amount to Arab literature in terms of translating the best of Arab literature into English. So we're going to be very privileged to have many of the Banipal translators and authors from over the past 20 years at the festival this year. Sheikh Zayed Book Award, so some of the big Arab milestones, but also some just very big names from around the world. So I'm excited to tell you guys about them.
And that is the highlight of the Emirates LitFest. Global voices alongside local talent. Back in the studio, Emirati writer and poet Shama Al-Bastaki gave us an exclusive insight into her new book.
So there's really no specific way in which the text is meant to be read. It's sort of intentionally multilingual and is inspired by conversations that were primarily in Arabic that I translated and transliterated and then cast into this, I call it a stanzaic mold, which is a 4x4 structure of 4 words per line, 4 lines per stanza. And the ways in which these linguistic choices were made were very intuitive. And so I would hope that people who encounter this text will also encounter it as intuitively and feel very fluid with how they navigate the language, which I like to think of as material. And I'm always thinking about how language can be material and sort of transcend its function as a bearer of meaning and go beyond. How can sound be language? How can rhythm be language? And really expanding our definition of what language can be and do for us as people and as enjoyers of literature.
What a talented and accomplished writer. Now, creativity didn't stop with books. It hit the menu too. Faris takes us to Forma, where pizza feels like art. Let's check it out.
I'm here at SIKKA Art and Design Library, and as much as I love art, as much as I love books, there's something I love even more, and that is pizza. Luckily for me, Forma is right here at the library, and we're going to be trying out their amazing crispy pizza, and we're going to be talking to the brand manager as well.
Forma has been created by Belhaza Group here in the heart of Jumeirah. We decided to create a place for the neighborhood, for families, for students, for everyone who wanted to be in an environment that was accessible, easy, relaxed, in different moments of the day. We came across this location and decided that it was a great spot to open Forma. Nothing is around here, so we wanted to offer a service for the people of the library as well as to bring a crowd here as well to try our product. Forma is a place that is well known for the pizza, the crispy pizza especially. We have decided to develop a concept of Forma based on art, music and design. Not only the interiors, not only the look and feel of the place, but the pizzas. We have decided to work on a special recipe that allows us to have a unique style of pizza, which we call crispy pizza. It's a very interesting product. We specialize on curious and interesting toppings as well on the pizza, so you don't find your classic Italian pizza or American pizza, I would say. It's more like a creation of different flavors. We focus on particular toppings. We have our signatures, so this is why we are famous for. So the process is done in different steps where the pizza is first baked without toppings, then it's rested, we let it cool, and then finally we add again toppings to finish in the oven. The reason why we wanted to do so, because of course pizza is water, flour, yeast. So to reach the crispiness that we wanted, we had to remove as much as possible the water content out of the pizza. So that's why we came across with the process of double baking the dough. So the pizza is always standard, is always consistent, and this is also part of the success and the key point of having a standard pizza that everyone can enjoy at any time in the same way.
Well, there you have it. Forma, from design to the dough. Everything is planned out perfectly. Not only that, it's a perfect place right in the heart of Dubai that blends food, culture, art, and delicious crispy pizza. I definitely recommend it.
Now that's got my appetite going. But it's not just food that's making waves. Coffee is big business too. Podcast host Lee Safar joined us in studio to talk coffee culture and why the world could be facing a coffee shortage sooner than we think.
So, there is a wonderful argument to be made there because we don't need any more cafes. We need more well-run cafes. And what does well-run mean? It means people who understand what it means to be a participant or a stakeholder in this supply chain. They understand the challenges of what the next 20 years means. They understand what it means to run a well-run business, but also the volatility that's going to continue to escalate over the next. We are in a serious crisis in coffee.
Yeah.
It's no joke. And unfortunately, there's a success fallacy that exists in coffee where people think that because there's so many cafes, it must be profitable. But in fact, what do you think the average net profit for a cafe is?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't know, but I'm fascinated to find out because so many people talk to me about margins. Because you think people go, oh, okay, open yourself a restaurant and something. Oh no, I want to get into coffee because the margins of coffee are massive, but they're not.
They're not at all. So it's really interesting. I've been in the coffee industry for 23 years. And I've been a consultant from small businesses all the way up to governments all over the world. And it is fascinating that this number plays out in every country, no matter what stage the industry is at. A cafe can expect a 3% net profit. Wow. 3% net profit. A roastery is looking at 8% net profit. And those numbers are not taking into account 2025, where we saw the price of coffee double. That's commercial grade coffee, traded on the futures market, has doubled in 1 year.
Wow.
And that was an eye-opening conversation indeed. Now, from coffee culture to creative culture, SIKKA Prep was in full swing this week. After chatting with some amazing guests in studio, we visited the Workshop DXB to see their custom screen printing in action.
I have found it, a creative space dedicated to art and printmaking, where artists come together to collaborate and create. This is the Workshop DXB.
Well, I kind of always found it very hard to define what it is in an ethos kind of way, right? But eventually, if you kind of just sum it up, we are a screen printing studio first and foremost. So we are a production studio. We work specifically with one print medium, which is screen printing. But at the same time, we were always very curious and we wanted to work in different kind of mediums and formats that are community-based. So obviously we do a lot of curatorial work, and that expands through doing gallery work, doing exhibitions, doing experiences and activations. But at the same time, we do also a lot of music projects. And that's mostly because of my personal background. I worked in the music industry for like 10 of my career lives, let's say. And yeah, so we're a little bit of everything. We're curatorial, we're printmaking center, and we teach it to whoever wants to listen. We do a lot of workshops, a lot of residencies, teaching people the art of screen printing and kind of pushing their existing, practices into what it could be using a different medium. So basically we have multiple phases that happen in screen printing. So first of all, we have to work on our design, get it ready, and that could happen digitally, that could happen manually on paper, whatever you want, right? And then we take that design and the whole idea to expose that design onto our screen. At the end of the day, silk screen, it's a very simple concept. It's a silk material and it's a screen.
Wow.
That's where the name comes from. It's very simple, it's basic. And this pink stuff that you see on top is a chemical that blocks in all the paint, except wherever we had the design already exposed. So right now, if we put paint, we can put it all over the place. It's not gonna go through except where the design actually is.
That's dope.
Yeah. So let's put in some gloves.
Yeah.
First of all, like, you know, I remember when I first moved here and where it is right now in terms of the art scene, and you can see an insane exponential growth in terms of what is acceptable and what is possible right now. So we're super happy with that. For SIKKA, this will be my 4th year curating one specific house out of the 13 houses there. And it's an IP that we kind of brought in called the Urban House. And our whole focus is the subcultures and, let's say, the alternative scene of Dubai, you know? So we do a lot of experiences focused on, let's say, art installations, topics that are very interesting to tackle in a way that hasn't been tackled before, specifically here in the region. And we do music projects, we do talks and conversations, and we have retailers that sell their stuff, and it's all focused on all the grassroots efforts in the city. This year is going to be one of the big ones because the whole concept of this year is we're trying to represent the street. But when I say street, I mean the actual streets, like the actual urban culture behind the street. You know how you used to talk to your, let's say, your grocery shop person or your tailor or anybody that is doing actual work, actual craft work. So we're going to be bringing in approximately, we're going to have around 12 retailers, all local brands, up-and-coming emerging talents, bringing them all together and, you know, just see what comes out of it. The community is at the center of what we do. So anything we do is centered around the community, around the people we like, around the people that think along the same way. So yeah, community is everything.
The Workshop DXB, a special space where art, community and creativity come and blend together all through print. So if you want to do some meaningful work, make sure and come down here.
And there's plenty happening beyond the arts too. Aisha Sharif, director of the Dubai Sports Council, gave us a lowdown on the city's must-watch sporting events.
A lot of it to do with the weather, a lot of the outdoor sports, outdoor activities. People tend to go out, whether it's you're a cyclist or a runner, or enjoy the beach as well, which sometimes surprisingly the weather is amazing. So for us, we're all year round, including the summer, you know, with the Dubai Marathon, activating all the malls. With our calendar of over 500 events, we tend to make sure that we cover every week there's something. And other than the community activities, we're also focused a lot with more than 300 community events that we push for the communities to take part in sport. So for us, it's constant.
And while we're talking about Dubai's growing sports scene, have you ever wanted to master motor stunts? I know it sounds scary, but Dubai now has a safe and professional place to learn. We're taking you inside Wheelie and Stunts DXB.
Have you ever thought about extreme sports? Well, right now, happening here in Dubai near the 7 Stadiums area. We're talking about wheelies and stunts. Guinness World Record holder, the founder and head coach, Andrea, will teach you everything you need to know when it comes to advanced motorbike riding.
It's a pleasure, first of all, having you today here. So I will basically start from the beginning, when I was a little kid with many dreams. So my goal was to live and to work with something that is a passion for me. So I started training with motorcycle in a really young age, around 8 years old I started training. When I was 17, my level was enough good to start to do the first shows. At 18, I was already professional working in live shows and the best park in Europe, which I discovered other activities, which is precision driving with cars. So I started also mastering the cars and the motorcycle at the same time. So I went further and further. I ended up working for Hot Wheels, having a Guinness World Record. I landed up in Dubai around 6 years ago. My first 5 seasons I was working and performing Global Village in the stunt show. Really great memories and really big show. I'm really proud of that. After that I designed to, okay, it's the time to pass all my knowledge and my experience to normal people, because here you don't have to be professional stunt rider. You can be a beginner or intermediate or advanced, and we will push your level further. Why that? It's not about doing wheelies on the street. I don't encourage that. I encourage for you guys to come here and become better riders, to become safe on the road, understand the actual mechanics of the bike, how the motorcycle does it works, how to position your body weight on the bike, how to brake, and many other things that you can guys come here and learn. At the moment I'm giving wheelie trainings courses and stopping training courses. So basically we understand overall how the motorcycle works, because to my point of view, a good motorbike rider should know how to wheelie and how to stop it for their own safety. Wheelies, if you are doing on your own, which I don't recommend, it's pretty dangerous, but as you guys will see later on, I develop a unique system with a device attached to the back on the motorcycle so you cannot fall, and in the beginning we will just do clutch ups, coming up and down without speed, and then learn by doing. We will increase the angle until we will understand where is the wheelie balance point and when to hit the brake and synchronize brake with throttle. But of course this takes few lessons because Rome wasn't built in a day.
Well, it sounds fabulous, so let's go and take a ride.
Okay, let's go. My vision is really wide because I would like to create a unique center where we're gonna include all those activities, extreme activities, but for the first time in the world, everything will be run by safety. So I want to minimize accidents and injuries. So we will develop a unique system for each category with cars, motorcycle, advanced riding, cornering, with extreme safety, so the people have a chance to really learn and progress, because as we know, especially if you are not a young kid and you damage yourself, you break one arm, you break one leg, you don't want to do it anymore. So the goal here is to don't get hurt. So I will increase your skill level from the point you are at, and we will move forward with different exercises to improve your reflexes and your skills as well.
Here at Wheelies and Stunts, I got to boost my confidence as a beginner rider, so DXB is taking it another level up. Come on down, try it out for yourself, all different levels, become the best rider you can be.
It's been a fun and exciting week on DXB Today. I'm Nikki Samnani, and I'll be back with you next week to bring you all the latest happenings around the city. See you then.